Hello, everybody, and welcome back. And you're probably thinking, Mr. Z, where have you been? Where have you been? You haven't posted in a while. Well, I moved, um, and obviously, I briefly did a couple of things here and there, but I needed to focus on dumping a lot of my pre-move AI portfolio. This video is brought to you by Higgsfield. Well, the majority of all the stuff is obviously brought to you by them. And yeah, the portfolio that I'm trying to get rid of is also brought to you by Higgsfield. So I've been trying to do an Insta grind and trying to get rid of like a lot of the type of stuff. So they hit me up and they're just like, "Hey, Mr. Z, there's this new cinema studio. You've been kind of suggesting a couple of things. So it's kind of similar to the popcorn. So what the idea is that I was talking to them, and I was telling them like, hey, why don't you put the popcorn and then and then all the and then with the storyboards and everything, and after put the cinema studio together, so we can have more like a Vegas feel. Okay, so we have different types of things. So obviously we have all this type of stuff: professional grade cinematic, constant with real camera. We have all these different types of cameras. This reminds me somewhat of when before I actually dropped out when I was in university college, when they were talking about all these types of things. So we have all these focal lens and everything. So you got all these like higher the lens, like the higher the detail. So we're gonna go with around a 50, and then we have all these lenses that we can choose from. We got the Panavision, we got the Canon, we got the macro, we got the Hot V light. So we're gonna go with the Canon, and then we got different cameras. And then we're gonna probably go with the DXL2. DXL is actually very, very good. The DXL or DSLR is actually one of the highest types in film. Then we have all these different types of ones. We got the IMAX, we got Raptor. So we're gonna go with the obviously we're gonna go with this one, Panavision. We got all the different types of lens. So we're gonna go with the Canon. So obviously Canon is actually one of the one of the bigger one of the better ones. So what we're gonna do is we are going to do like somewhat of a movie scene. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. We're gonna hit generate, and then we're gonna see how this is. So we're gonna do a couple of different shots with them. So this is one of them. So obviously this is one of the first ones, and then after we're gonna see how like all the different cameras compare. A little bit because that's one, and after then I'm gonna see like another one, and after then we're gonna do the video. So obviously an epic fight scene like Kill Bill. I've never I've heard it's actually pretty good. I've heard it's really really good. I've seen a couple of clips here on YouTube or a couple of memes here and there on X. But this the first one kind of popped into my head. So it was either that or something like Ninja Assassin. So we'll see how the photo works. Obviously, I'm using 2K because obviously you can put it a little bit higher. But I do stick with 2K just to do the stick with the monitor. So this is one of the scenes. Obviously, it's like Kill Bill, and obviously the ninjas are shooting fires out of their hands. So that's kind of cool. So that's on one. So we are going to do another one, and then we're going to switch up the camera. So instead of it being a Panavision, we're going to go with a star, and then we're going to go with this, and then go with the 24 focal strength. Up. Um, yes. So obviously we're gonna do another one, and obviously we're gonna do an epic Star Wars duel with Darth Sidious versus Darth Malgus. Um, an interesting type of perspective because everyone like is saying that the people in Star Wars the what you call it, the Republic era would smash the Sith Lords of the Old Republic. Not even close. The Old Republic Sith Lords would easily, if you were to put if you were to put like literally prime Darth Vader against Revan would smash him easily, just hands down. Because obviously the in that type of era it was more secret. It was more of a secret type of thing versus in the Old Republic where these guys were always in constant battle with one another. Like they were always at each other's throats. It's epic. Obviously, Malgus would smash Sidious hands down. It looked really, really good. Those are a couple of other ones. So we got all this. I want to see the IMAX actually. I'm kind of curious because IMAXs. So go with the go with this one, the macro shot, and then we're gonna do another macro shot of. Not gonna go with 24. We're gonna go with around like a 14. We're going to do a another one. So another Star Wars. See. So Valkorian versus Sidious. I would have to say hands down. Um, I'm going with the homie Valkorian. Merry Christmas, man. I'm trying to. Oh, that's actually really, really good. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Um, hands down, I would say Valkorian would literally smash Sidious. Bro, Sidious was pretty decent, but Valkorian literally built three empires and basically sucked up literally two or three planets. Like he did a dark side ritual where he sucked up Nathema, and then after he sucked up his home planet too, bro. Like basically, this guy's like friggin' um, what you call it? Like what's his name? It was a wound in the force. Um, he was in Knights of the Old Republic. He was very similar to him, but on steroids. Oh, that looks sick. No, but hands down, Valkorian would easily win on this one. Nihilus. Nihilus, like he was basically Nihilus on steroids. Like I'm sorry, Valkorian would hands down win this. So we'll do another one. We'll do a white. So close up shots. Okay, so we're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna go. So you want a close up? We're gonna do the 8th, and then we're gonna go into a spy, and then we're gonna go into red reeve after, and then we're gonna hit generate. You want a close up? This is a close up shot, and then we're gonna do a couple of videos, and then so this is obviously a. So obviously once I'm done, I'm gonna obviously have to show the boys at Higgs. So this is actually pretty good. I think this would be a good combination. Popcorn's not too bad, but this would be a good somewhat of a combination if they add the popcorn to have the storyboards, and then they could add the storyboard, and then they could obviously like add this to it. So then we're gonna do a couple of videos to see how it turns out. This is good though. Um, but it's impressive. It's impressive for sure. This is a close-up shot right here. So we got Sauron loading. So this is the close-up right here. Sauron versus Celebrimbor. Hold on. Oh, we can animate this too. Interesting. So I can just actually animate them into a video. There you go. This is Celebrimbor, and this is a close-up of Sauron. So this is a close-up shot. It didn't really capture Celebrimbor properly. Obviously he's the Elven King, but still not too bad. So this would be a battle. So this would be the close-up shot. It actually turned out really, really good. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the video. We got some movements right here. So we can do some camera movements. So let's see how this turns out. And then we can do some slow motion too. So we got some camera movements. So we are going to do a start frame, end frame, or you can just type in the scene that you want to do. So I am going to start off with a, the static is fine. So some static move. So we're going to start off with a good dolly out. So right. We're going to do the drone shot. I'm going to start off with a good drone shot. So we're going to have a couple of movements. Got the static, which is a good handheld movement. Do a zoom in on this one. Do the zoom in, obviously with thick fight scene. Sauron. we got the movements, we got the zoom in, and then we're gonna do a non-slow motion, and then just a regular one, and then we're gonna see how it is with and after we're gonna do the same one just with slow motion. Oh, you need a start frame. Oh, start frame is required. Cool. Okay. Um, okay, so I'll have to generate this then. So we're gonna generate it. So it says the start frame is required. So we are going to do that, and then we are going to go 50 lens, IMAX film camera with a macro right here. Right. How that turns out. Then we're gonna go in, and then we're gonna put that into the epic scene, and after we're gonna see how it turns out with regular and then a non-slow motion. So obviously Sauron versus Sidious. So obviously our Sidious, Master of the Dark Side, and obviously Sauron, One Ring power. So who would win? So we're gonna see how this one turns out. Looking like we need a start frame. So obviously I'm gonna generate right here, and then we're gonna throw it up onto the. So there you go. So let's see how this turns out. So Sauron obviously has the One Ring, obviously, and then Sidious is shooting lightning. So we got that. So we are going to then, we got our low macro right here. So we want to recreate it. So we are going to probably throw it up on the video. Okay, no, I don't want to do this. Okay, so we are going to go back to our studio right here. Hit animate. Okay, right here, fantastic. So it throws you right into the video, which I want. And then we're going to do a good zoom in. We don't have 70 mm though. That's the problem. That could work. I'm going to see how that turns out, but we're going to see this one. So as this is rendering, we're going to see if we have a 70 mm. So this is what we have. We only got 50. So I might have to, I can do that, which you want, but the problem is that we don't have the 70. We only have 50. So we can do it with a 50 mm. So we can do that. And then we can definitely switch it up. That looks good, but again, I don't have. We can't do the 70, but we can definitely do the 50. So we'll see how that one turns out. Yeah, because as I say, the highest is 50 at the moment. So but this is really good. As they say, like it has the potential, but like I would have to say, just put it in with the popcorn with the storyboards, and then you can get those really epic, really good epic storyboards, and then try to up it a little bit to like a good, like 1 minute to 3 minutes for like a mini movie, or if you want to go a little bit more in depth or closer to a full uh movie type of thing. You can be like end video and then try to do like a 20 minute or like an hour or so, because obviously end video can do that. And then you can make full scale type of stuff. But like starting off, it's actually very good. And I've been suggesting Higgs do something like this, but like this is kind of like a little like a teaser, but still not too bad. And I think it's actually really good. The as you saw, the videos, the photos take actually a couple of seconds. The videos, I'm not too sure. Still in progress, but the photos are very quick. As you can see with the video, let's find out. But this is actually very, very good. And I still have so many types of credits. I have overkill on the credits. But we're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna generate it, and after then we're gonna obviously hand this in to the boys at Higgs. Um, so they wanted me. They reached out to me. They're saying, "Hey, based on your idea, we want to see like all this type of stuff. So it's kind of one of your ideas. So let's reach out. So let's see how this turns out. It's actually really good. Okay, so let's do yours. Hold on. Let me see. Let's go back to the image. That's a zoom in. So we are going to do a, let me see. Obviously, we'll have to do the 50. Okay, so that's good. We got the IMAX camera. We don't have to put it in because obviously you have the IMAX film camera, 50, and then we got all these different types of lenses. So we're gonna try with the lens B. Um, so we got that at 50. Um, okay. Self park sign. Okay, so 15/50 since we don't have the 70 for the say 50 Okay, slightly modifying it. Okay. We need to do the first one. Okay, so cinematic wide shot view, and then we're gonna hit generate. We got the IMAX, we got the lens B, and we're gonna hit the generate for that. And then we're gonna see how it turns into the video. So like around the with the photos looking like it's around a good like 10 to 30 seconds, like pretty fast, but the video's a little bit longer, but like looking like they're upping up the generation. Obviously, I'm kind of suggesting a couple of more thins. But this doesn't actually take too long with the photos. The videos a little bit longer, but so we got this with the cinema. This is actually very good. I just saying like so the reason I say put it with the storyboards, I have used Higgs popcorn, and they do have like a good storyboard type of stuff. We got this right here. This is the right there. That, and then now we are going to do this, and then we're gonna go right here, and then we're gonna hit animate. So for the video, we are going to do the movements, and I want to do a slow motion on this one. I just want to capture that epic walk, and then we're gonna go with the movements, and then we are going to where the camera's going to follow him with the movements, which I do like. Right there. So, so we're gonna put is going to follow him. So after this, we are going to hand it in. So around a good 20 minutes or so. I want to do as informative as possible. So we got a couple of good shots of stuff that I wanted to do. And then obviously this one was actually kind of cool. So then we're going to see how this one turns out. So obviously this was more of a zoom in, but I want a camera to follow him because obviously like his success, the mystery, and then so we want that good following. And we want that slow motion because you want to capture that like kind of essence of that walk, of that like my success. See, but it still has that mystery because obviously it's a successful heist. The guy's walking, mask and everything, kind of following like that type of like I did it. So, but still adding that mystery, following his motion, following his success in the heist. See how this turns out, and then obviously we are going to be doing sending this out to Higgs after. But yeah, that was actually pretty good. Nice Dark Knight Gotham feel to it. No, but this is actually really really good. Like it captures that type of essence that what you're looking for. Like um the only thing I would have to say is the whole Celebrimbor. It didn't really capture Celebrimbor. Obviously, which I wasn't really like I because obviously there's Celebrimbor. Obviously in the middle of the games, he has the crown, he has all that type of stuff. It captures Sauron really good, but you know everything else for the most part, everything else it did really capture very very well. Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's see how this turns out. We're gonna go that nice epic walk, that zoom in, that slow motion. As you can see, that success there, kind of adding that like good effect. As you can see, like he's walking away, successful heist in hand, mask in hand. We did it. That epic Dark Knight Gotham type of like I like it because it's emphasizing on that dramatic feel of like I'm walking away with a W. I like adding that mystery. Like I could be the Joker, or I couldn't be the Joker, and but I pulled off something successful, and I like that. That's why I wanted that follow, uh, because like it's kind of emphasizing on that. Like yeah, I did it. I could be the Joker. I could be part of his crew, but either way, I pulled off the heist, and that's what I like. Like I like it makes that I don't know all like it makes the mystery, but it also emphasizes on that dramatic feel even more, which is absolutely fantastic. So, but yeah, this is really good. So pretty much that is pretty much my review. I'll have to say this is actually very very fantastic, but just add that as I was saying. So before we actually finish up, so like the reason why the cinema studio is fantastic, but I think they should be adding the popcorn feel. So obviously with the popcorn right here, as I was telling them, so you can do all these storyboards, so you can see all these visual stories, and then stop it up with unlimited. So as you can see here, so for example, I'll give you like a storyboard that I'm doing. I'm currently doing something called Sasha the Demonic. So as you can see this, you have your storyboards, and then you can have all that type of stuff. And then we have Crayon Pond, which is one of my another series of mine. But like, see how you have all these storyboards, and then by doing that with that storyboard feel into like Cinema Studio, you can, and then after you got your images, and then you can have your storyboards, and then you can connect like an interlock connectiveness with obviously with the IMAX and all this type of stuff, and then you can swap it up to the video, and after you actually add these good movements to it. And then by doing that, then you have kind of more of a cohesive type of feel to it. And then you're saying, okay, I want to add this character, I want to add this. And after then, obviously with the storyboards, you got all your characters, you got all your type of stuff. Okay, I want to add this, I want to do this video. Maybe extending the length a little bit more uh, to at least a minute or a little bit more. But either way. And then instead of throwing in that popcorn and then throwing it into the video here, where you would have to do the generate, and after you would have to pick a model like Kling or something along those lines, you could easily do it within the Cinema Studio and then get good outputs like that. So that's pretty much how I would see it, and this is pretty much like the suggestion, and that's how I kind of like look at it from that type of perspective. Like kind of merging them a little bit better, because obviously storyboards are obviously part of cinema as well. But yeah, apart from that, just that little bit of the merge. But apart from that, this is solid. Like the visuals and everything, like this is actually cinematic quality, and everything is digital. So thanks again for Higgsfield again for giving me the opportunity to give them some great suggestions, and obviously review a lot of these types of things. And obviously make a good video promoting this type of stuff. And as always, Mr. Z,